Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to make a simple music box with a rechargeable battery. So let's get started guys. For this project, I will be using an audio board which has all the inputs like FM, Bluetooth, AUX, microSD and USB. I purchased this board from Amazon. So before proceeding with the project, I did an initial test. So first, I connected a DC jack to the power wire. Then I connected the speaker wires to the input of the amplifier. Next, I connected 4 wires to the output side of the amplifier. Next, I connected 2 more wires to the power section of the amplifier board, which will then go to the DC jack. Next, I connected two 4 ohm 3 watt speakers to the amplifier output. Next, I connected FM antenna to the antenna pin on the audio board. Next, I connected the 5 volt power supply to check if everything was working fine. After making sure everything was fine, I started working on the enclosure. First, I designed my enclosure in FreeCAD. Then I printed it with my Ender 3 3D printer. For the finished enclosure, I added 3 M3 nuts. Next, I started assembling the music box. To do that, first I removed all the power connection which was given to the DC jack. Next, I started working on all the small connections. First, I connected a wire to the FM antenna. Next, I added a wire to the negative side of the rechargeable battery. Next, I connected a wire to the switch and mounted it to the enclosure. Next, I connected 2 wires to the positive and the ground point on the DC jack and then mounted it to the enclosure. Next, I connected a wire to the empty pin of the switch, which will be later given to the positive point of the battery. Next, I connected the input wire from the DC jack to the input points on the BMS board. Next, I connected one of the wire from the switch to the B+ pin on the BMS board. Next, I connected the negative of the battery to the B- pin on the BMS board. Next, I connected the power wires of the audio board and the amplifier board together. Next, I connected the power wires of the amplifier and the audio board to the output of the BMS board. Next, I mounted the banana connector. I am using banana connector to connect a second antenna which will go to the rooftop of my house since the reception is very low where I stay. Next, I mounted the antenna and connected the antenna wire to the banana connector and the antenna wire on the audio board. Next, I mounted the battery and connected the wire from the switch, which is free, to the positive of the battery. Next, I connected the antenna wire from the audio board and the first antenna to the banana connector. Next, I secured all the board to the enclosure using double tape. Next, I mounted the speakers. Next, I mounted the audio board to the enclosure and then connected the power and the audio wires. Next, I added a small screw to tighten the antenna. After that, I mounted the top plate and secured it with screws. For input power, I am using an old 5V 600mA charger. Since the charger had a different connector, I had to change it to the suitable DC connector. So that completes the assembly. Now let's start testing the music box.
Play by USB drive. Play by TF card. FM mode, AUX mode. Bluetooth mode. Paired. Blue FM mode, AUX mode.
Would love to show them a preview of what we have here.
Hope this video was helpful, guys. If it was, please like, share and subscribe with notification. Thank you for watching, guys.